Hey guys, so I wanted to hit one more point on this series of economic times. I had a follower over on TikTok say that he wanted to support my statements, but capitalism would argue that point. And I understand what he's saying there. I am a full supporter of the free market, and I think free market is healthy for our economy. And some bands and production companies absolutely deserve to be paid more than others because not all are created equally, and we all know that. I think that's an obvious point. When I'm talking about subjects like this, I've been accused of trying to price fix the industry and things like that. Look, I'm not offering the solutions to this. My goal is to bring awareness to it. The market has got to figure it out, because there's going to come a point where we're either going to quit playing for nickels and dimes and stand up for the artists' rights when the artists have been bulldozed over now for decades. I mean, you look at the national scene with how national artists have been absolutely raped by streaming services. At what point do we stand up and I'm just throwing these things out on the table. The industry's got to respond, not me. I don't have all the answers. I never claimed to know it all, okay? But at what point do we draw the line in the sand and say, okay, enough is enough? If you're in a successful band that's in high demand, making the money you want to make, hey, that's great. But that represents probably, 5% of the middle market that I know of in my area. I can name those bands off all on one hand. In the hundreds of bands that are in the mid-Atlantic, cover band scene. So, the solutions lay in your hands, not mine, I've got to make decisions that are best for me and my family and my life and the quality of life that I want to live. And if that means that, I pull out of the industry, well, then so be it. And think about the impact that would have if guys like me who are in high demand, wake up one day and realize that, hey, why am I beating my head against the wall for an industry that constantly wants to devalue what I do, doesn't recognize the value that I bring to the table, and doesn't offer the most basic essential things like really good health insurance and retirement. And then think about what it's like to pick up the phone and want to call a guy like me to cover your gig, and he's no longer available.